incredibly frustrating. But going to the defensive side of the ball, I don't know which I'm more frustrated. It felt like the defensive line did not go home, but when going for storylines, I think Ambry Thomas, it made me sad. I was telling my friend, once again, she's not doesn't super watch football, so I was like telling her, he came in as a rookie, then his second year he really had a slump, then he was sat an entire year, and then he finally comes back, he calls his shot, he's been playing great all season, all regular season long, and then what the heck was with his performance today? Old Ambry Thomas decided to come back in a playoff game, the most important game. You lose it and you're out. And Ambry Thomas was like, he just panicked. He was like in good position, committing penalties when he didn't have to. What was your thought on the 49ers defense as a whole? Maybe you want to start with their secondary or their whatever was stuck out to you the most, because they didn't, to me, live up to their standard.
I mean, here's kind of how I view it. Overall, I think we've seen some lapses from the 49ers defense during their win streak. And then a few of those issues kind of came out in their loss to the Ravens. But the main thing to me is I saw two things from the 49ers. One, they do have some issues, particularly at edge rusher when they're crashing the edge too much. I think that was a key in the run game where the Packers got a lot of explosive plays because the defensive ends were crashing. Chase Young, Randy Gregory, I saw both of them do that on certain occasions. But the one thing that I did see that I think I've noticed a little bit now, the 49ers are a really, really solid team inside the red zone defensively. They are a really good red zone defense. Today, Green Bay got into San Francisco territory, I believe, 4 times and scored a touchdown once. They were not able to score touchdowns. And this is something that thwarted last week, if you watched, thwarted the Los Angeles Rams. They got into Detroit Lions territory 5 times and scored 1 touchdown. If you have that capability, even if the opposing offense is, imploding on you, you still have a chance to win football games. Now, the 49ers defense, the main reason they need to get off the field is so they can get their offense more opportunities and get themselves less tired and off the field. But I think that there are issues with the defense. But overall, I think giving up 24 points to what I believe is the best offense remaining in the NFC outside of the 49ers with the Green Bay Packers, I think is a success. I think that their main issues came from the offensive side of the football in this one, because 24 points is good. I understand he missed a field goal. Could have been 21 points. Sorry. Could have been 24 points. He missed a field goal. Anders Carlson did. But I thought it was a pretty good game outside of a few issues in the run game. I think as Ark Armstead gets more acclimated, I think you might see some improvements in that regard as well. But yeah, I mean, defensively, I think it's a concern.
No sacks.
Yeah, but the reason that I'm not wait, I know, but the reason I don't care too much about the no sacks is Jordan Love is incredibly good when it comes to avoiding sacks. He will get pressured. He got pressured 9 times in the first half, but didn't get a sack. So I know that's an issue, but if you look at Love specifically, you saw that there were issues with Love at the very end of the game. In the last few drives, Love was inaccurate. That was a key issue. He had a couple of questionable throws, including the pick. He had a couple of issues, and even with that, even with the 49ers not getting sacks, I think their bigger issue wasn't their pass defense. It was their run defense in terms of their pass rush. I mean, obviously, secondary-wise, Thomas, you don't want that penalty. The 49ers did something twice in this game. Deshaun Gibson committed that penalty where he was perfectly in position and he just hit the guy early. Ambry Thomas in position could just go up to make the interception, and he hit him early despite being in position and also turning around and looking at the ball. Those kind of things you don't want to see necessarily, but I'm not as concerned, I'll say, about the defense.
Hit the like button. I liked this one. I'm glad that you're not as concerned. I'm very concerned, but potentially we'll have more talks and I'll calm down. I think someone said earlier that I added 10 years to their life with my stress factor. So maybe we can balance each other